Have you ever heard of a real-life guardian angel? Not the kind with wings or a glowing halo, but a person who quietly, selflessly, and consistently makes a difference in the lives of others, often without any recognition or reward. Well, let me introduce you to someone who's as close as it gets, an ordinary person who became a legend in his community, simply by caring enough to listen. He wasn't famous, he didn't have any special training, and he never sought the spotlight. He was just a regular guy living in a small town who decided to do something extraordinary. Over the past several years, this man has become known as the Angel of the Cliffs. His story is one of quiet heroism, of showing up day after day, rain or shine, to watch over a place that had become a symbol of despair for many. That's right, because he spent his days near a notorious local cliff, a place where far too many people went when they felt they had nowhere left to turn. The cliff was both beautiful and dangerous, a place where hope and hopelessness seemed to meet. But instead of walking by, he would approach anyone standing alone, gently asking, "Hey, are you okay?" Just 3 simple words. He never judged, never pressured, he just offered a listening ear and a caring presence. But sometimes, that's all it takes to change a life. A simple question, a moment of genuine concern can be the difference between despair and hope. It's easy to underestimate the power of human connection. In a world where we're often distracted by our own problems, it's rare to find someone who truly listens. But this guardian angel never did. He made it his mission to be present, to notice when someone was struggling, and to offer a lifeline when it was needed most. He believed that every person mattered, and he made sure they knew it, even if they were total strangers. His kindness was unconditional, and his empathy was boundless. And get this, he's credited with convincing more than 160 people to step away from the edge, literally and figuratively. That's not just a number, that's 160 families who didn't have to mourn a loved one. 160 people who got another chance at life. That's over 160 lives, saved by a few honest conversations and a lot of empathy. Each story is unique, but the common thread is the impact of one person's willingness to care. The local community couldn't help but notice. Word spread about the man at the cliffs, and soon he became a symbol of hope for the entire town. He became a familiar face, someone people looked up to, not for his strength or fame, but for his compassion. People would greet him on the street, thank him for his kindness, and share stories of how he had touched their lives or the lives of someone they knew. In 2010, he was awarded Citizen of the Year. The ceremony was filled with applause and gratitude, but for him, the recognition was never the goal. But if you ask him, he'd say the real reward was knowing that those people got a second chance. He often said that seeing someone walk away from the cliff, ready to try again, was worth more than any medal or award. What strikes me most is how simple his approach was. He didn't have a script or a plan. He just showed up, listened, and cared. He didn't use fancy techniques or complicated advice. He just listened. Sometimes that's all someone needs, to feel heard, to know they're not alone. He made people feel seen. In a world where it's easy to feel invisible, that's a rare and precious gift. And in a world that sometimes feels too busy to care, that's nothing short of miraculous. We often rush through our days, missing the chance to make a real difference in someone's life. So why am I telling you this? Because stories like this remind us of the power we all have to help others, even in small ways. Because you don't have to be a superhero to make a difference. You don't need special powers or a dramatic backstory. You don't need a medal or a title. You just need to care enough to reach out, to notice when someone is struggling, and to offer a kind word or a listening ear. Sometimes all it takes is the courage to reach out and ask, "Are you okay?" Those 3 words can open the door to hope, to healing, and to a new beginning. You never know when you might be the lifeline someone needs. Your kindness could be the turning point in someone's darkest moment. If this story has touched you, remember, the smallest act of kindness can make the biggest impact. Even a smile, a gentle word, or a moment of your time can change a life. Be someone's guardian angel. Listen, care, and remind them that they matter. You don't have to save the world. Sometimes saving one person is enough. You might just save a life, and in doing so, you'll discover that the power to make a difference has always been within you.